Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to Apple Tech Talks, and for this video we're going to be talking about the final announcement from the March keynote from Apple. It's been a while and I know I'm quite behind on this, but Apple TV Plus is not set to come out till the fall, so I think it's still pretty relevant today, and a lot of people are still wondering whether Apple TV Plus is a subscription they should pay for. So basically in this video I'm going to be talking about how much it costs, whether it's worth getting, and also what shows are coming out on the platform, because the whole appeal of Apple TV Plus is that it's a set of brand new original series exclusive to Apple TV that are going to be coming out on the platform. It will only be available to those who will pay a certain monthly subscription fee. So first of all, I just want to say that I will not be making a video this Thursday or the following Tuesday because I will be away at the national fencing competition for about a week, and I won't be able to make videos then, and honestly I kind of need a break. Making videos every day, every weekday, man, it's really not easy. So yeah, I'll be taking about a week-long break, a little bit more than a week, and then I'll be back next week, next Thursday, with a brand new video that I think you guys will really enjoy. But until then, let's talk about Apple TV Plus. So the price has not been announced yet, but essentially you can expect the price to be around $30 to $40 a month. So that's slightly more than music subscription or most gaming subscriptions. And by the way, you can click on my card right there to watch my video on Apple Arcade, which is another subscription service Apple has released recently, or that one right there is Apple News Plus. Apple TV Plus subscription is going to be slightly more expensive at $30 to $40. So there has to be a real thing that's going to justify the price. So it's going to be coming this fall. I would say probably September. After the September keynote, Apple usually releases a lot of services such as iOS 13, macOS Catalina, watchOS 6. They're going to release a lot of this stuff right after the keynote in September. And I'm imagining alongside this, they're going to release Apple TV Plus. But it might take a little longer because a lot of the shows, all the projects they're doing for Apple TV Plus exclusively might take a little bit longer, and it seems like a lot of them are still very much in the works. So we might have to wait till October, November to really see them come out. But you can definitely expect this to come out sometime in the fall. And by the way, I'm about to talk about every single show that has so far been announced to be in Apple TV Plus, at least the ones you care about. And I will have links in the description below to every single trailer that is available for each of these shows. You can go watch them and learn more about each show and see if that's something you'd be interested in watching. So number one, we have The Morning Show. So this stars Reese Witherspoon, Steve Carell, and Jennifer Aniston. They're Today Show type program hosts, and this show will portray the dynamics between men and women in television according to the actors. More will be revealed later, obviously, but it should be like a comedy. I'm just seeing Steve Carell in this, and I'm just thinking, okay, it's got to be something not so serious. I can't really see it being a drama of any kind. It's going to be more of a comedy, more light-hearted sort of show, so I'm very excited to see what they come up with. It's going to be very interesting to see. The second is actually called See. So it's basically stars Jason Momoa and Alfred Woodard, and I don't know all these actors' names, so if I'm butchering some of the names, forgive me. I'm doing my best. So basically this show takes place in a dystopian future after a virus has killed off most of humanity, leaving the only survivors of humanity blind. So this show explores a world where there's no visual stimuli and there's no sight, and they really have to rely on a lot of other senses. It's going to be very interesting what direction this show goes into, because I'm a little confused how they can do a whole show with everyone being blind. Like, are they just going to portray it from a third-person perspective? I mean, they have to, right? Because otherwise it'd just be black. You know, it's definitely something that I can see being really interesting. And they're definitely taking a very unique, creative approach to this show. Next, we have number three, a show called The Helpsters. So this is a spin-off from the very famous Sesame Street show. There's a new character called Cody who teaches children to be better people, more helpful people, and also how to code. And again, more will have to be revealed later, but it should likely be, again, sort of like a kids comedy, family-friendly show. And there will likely be cameos from the original Sesame Street characters, because actually on this keynote, I believe Big Bird came out, and he's originally from Sesame Street, so I can see Sesame Street and this new show Helpster is sort of linking together and appealing to a lot of kids. Fourth is called Toxic Labor, and this is by Oprah Winfrey, who was some sort of either producer or director of this show. It explores the effects of sexual harassment in the workplace. I'm guessing it's going to be sort of like a documentary type show, although it could also be something like a drama that just explores these real life issues in a sort of like a more fictional context. But you know, Oprah is leading the show, and that's huge for Apple. Apple definitely was trying to get some of these big names. Like, these are all Hollywood actors, you know, who are coming out to actually do these shows exclusively for Apple TV Plus. So a lot of work is going into this. Apple is really pushing this really hard. They had something similar back with Apple Music and their original shows, but I don't really think that went anywhere. So Apple's trying another stab at this with Apple TV Plus. Number 5 is another Oprah Winfrey project. This one is exploring mental health, trauma, PTSD, stress, loss, and tragedy for people all over the world. So it's a much more darker topic, I suppose. I can also see it being a documentary type show, most likely. Number 6 is called Little America. So this stars Kumail Nanjiani and Emily Gordon. It's an anthology series with every episode being of a different genre, which is going to be very interesting to see. So some of the genre examples they listed were comedy, romance, drama. So the 7th show is called Little Voice. So this is directed by J.J. Abrams and stars Sarah Bareilles and Jesse Nielsen. So it's also, I'm guessing, going to be more of like a documentary type series, which is about singing apparently and finding your true voice, according to J.J. Abrams and Sarah Bareilles. J.J. Abrams, another big Hollywood director that is signing on to do stuff exclusively for Apple TV Plus. So you can expect that they're paying him very well. You'll just see over time, as I even mentioned, more and more shows that are on Apple TV Plus, that Apple is really trying to get these big names out there. And hopefully these big names not only attract people, but hopefully it also means that the quality of content is going to be very high. But we'll just have to wait to see how these shows actually are. I'll definitely make another video on that if that's something you want to see, like reviews of the shows or sort of like compiling reviews from other people. I'd be happy to do that for you guys. Little Voice is going to be sort of like a very inspirational series, sort of about finding who you truly are and what your purpose is in this world. So number 8 is called Amazing Stories, and this is directed by Steven freaking Spielberg, and it stars Edward Burns, Carrie Bechet, Tim Carr, and Austin Stoll. It's a fantasy anthology film, so I don't think it's going to be a series, but rather a film, but still, it's Steven freaking Spielberg. It's very likely that this movie is going to be really, really good. So there's not so much else that's been revealed so far, but fantasy, you know that Steven Spielberg makes really good fictional content, so I could really see this being really, really big for Apple. Number 9 is called Are You Sleeping? It's a crime drama starring Octavia Spencer. I just saw Ma the other day, and that was creepy as hell, so I'm really excited to see Octavia Spencer in another film. It's a crime drama, and I can definitely see that having its own dark, creepy, twisted turn in that as well. It also stars Aaron Paul and Ron Cephas Jones. Number 10 is called For All Mankind, and this is a sci-fi project about a space race, and that's all we have so far. And it stars Joel Kinnaman that's one of the only cast members we know so far. Now we're sort of getting to the territory where like these shows are probably going to be coming out not on the debut day, but sort of down the line as Apple TV Plus grows and their library of content expands. So number 11 is called Dickinson. It's a comedy drama that stars Haley Steinfeld, but we don't really know what it's about. Just from the name, I'm gonna guess that's probably something either about coming of age or some sort of drama. I don't really see this being a comedy, or I don't really see this being like anything fantasy related or sci-fi at all. Number 12 is called Hala, and we literally know nothing about this plot at all. It's directed by Minhal Baig, starring Geraldine Viswanathan. Yeah, we don't really know the plot currently. And then finally, we have an untitled series by M. Night Shyamalan, and this director has made some of the greatest Hollywood films, in my personal opinion, in terms of the horror genre, from Glass to Unbreakable to Sixth Sense to The Visit to Split that came out just a few years ago, and it's probably gonna be, just by guessing from the movies he likes to make, it's probably gonna be horror or thriller related. It's definitely not going to be like some documentary series or some comedy or some drama even. I can see it definitely having some dark, twisted turn to it as well. So yeah guys, the link's in the description below, make sure to check that out as well. But honestly, I can't really come to a verdict yet because it's a little bit too early to say. It really depends how good these shows are. It looks very promising. I mean, the big names that, you know, the big Hollywood actors and actresses and the big directors that are signing on to do these projects, and Oprah freaking Winfrey, like these are some really big names that Apple has brought on board to work on their exclusive projects. So I can see this being really appealing for a lot of people, but you know, they also had like those Apple Music exclusives, and they bought things such as Carpool Karaoke, and they had this other really great show with a lot of famous people on it. And you have to come to realize that just because there are really big names on these shows doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to do well. Apple Music exclusives did not work out. But I think part of the reason of that was because it was on a music listening platform. That's why Apple is sort of moving over to Apple TV Plus, which is specifically on visual content as opposed to auditorial content. So I think like part of the appeal comes from, and part of the popularity stems from which platform you put the content on. And I think Apple's making a great move with putting in Apple TV Plus. But yeah guys, you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer till the fall for these shows to start coming out. And I will definitely make up a follow-up video if you guys want to see that. I think it would be really helpful for you guys to know whether Apple TV Plus is worth it, and whether it can replace something as big as Netflix or Amazon Prime. Apple is really stepping up their game in the entertainment industry, like a lot. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like I said, I'm not going to be making videos on this channel or my other channel for about a week. I hope you guys don't mind. I just really need a week to focus on my fencing and my athletic career, and then I'll be right back making videos for you guys every single weekday. A new video comes out Tuesday and Thursday on this channel, Monday, Wednesday, Friday on the other channel, with some bonus videos on the weekends too when I have time. Make sure to leave a like if you like this video. I hope I helped you guys make a more informed decision about Apple TV Plus. And yeah guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next week in the next video.